Okay, so I was asked about balancing wind turbine blades and how I go about doing that. So I thought I would demonstrate. And I've already got part of it disassembled here, but you can get this balancing and sharpening kit for uh, lawnmower blades. Lowe's, Home Depot, it's $13. And this is what I use. I just use the balancer bit. I honestly I haven't found a good use for the sharpening stone because it puts the wrong profile on my lawnmower blade. Okay, so this is not the whole thing. I've actually already got the other end. I'm trying to make sure I get this in view here. I've got the other end inside my hub. With the Easter Breeze hubs that I use, it fits very snugly, which is super convenient. Whatever you use, just make sure that this has got a nice level seat with the blades that you're balancing. And basically, what you're wanting is for your blades to not flop around just like it did here. Whoops. Trying to make sure that my thing is nice and snug. So now, doing this, if you're not careful, whichever side you have it biased to, it's going to try to fall that way, which can make it a little tricky. And more or less what you want to do is get it centered, and you want it to stay there. I like to try and use washers. And this is another thing. That I do this just because it makes it easier for me. I get a a magnet. I put it on my my hardware. I do 3 of them. That way they're all the same. And then from there, I try to do my balancing with washers. And really, it looks like it's trying to pull to that side. Add a washer there. This is going to be kind of hard to see. I need a taller tripod. Let that rest here so I can aim. Let me see if I can put this up on my bench looking down. Oh! Sorry for the shaky camera. I should have done this from the start. Okay, that gives us a good view. We get about level. mostly just a lot of trial. I'm actually concerned if I'm going to be able to put 3 washers there. I think I can get away with 2. Man, it's an exciting video, isn't it? It's like another dead spot right over there. And now this is basically balancing on just a, a very fine point. It's not ever going to stay there unless you have a spring or something to kind of help support the center. Your goal is just to get close, like right there. Seems like. Okay, so I think that is where we want. And basically, after you kind of get an idea of where your point of balance is, rotate it. make sure that it behaves the same no matter where you put it. And if you want to try and cheat, push the blade, like push the rotor away from center, and it should continue to fall that way without any compensation. It's like right now I'm pushing, basically lifting that blade up just a little bit off center, and it should continue to just follow that line. If you put it right in the middle, it should just kind of hover there for just a second. That's just about perfect. If you use like a wheel balancer, a lot of those, they have a spring that helps support it and kind of keeps things a little center. If you have it this close on one of those, it'll stay spot on and sit still for you. This is what we want. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put these 3 washers on the back side of my turbine wheel here. All right, let's get that. Let's get that. Okay, I got my washers mounted on the back. After you get your washers mounted, basically do the same thing and let her try to drift away from you. And it should be the same principle. You get it real close to center, you let it go, and it should hover there. It will fall eventually, but it should not rapidly jerk to one side. All right. I think that one is good. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to grab the rotor off of my 1500. This thing has been up in the air for a long time and flew without any serious vibration or noise. I didn't even have to put washers on this one or anything to level it. And it's one of the things that I do like about the Easter Breeze blades and hubs. They're very uniform. They level very easily. Yep. It wants to pull just a little bit towards this blade, but not bad. If I put this one back up, I'd want to put just a little bit of weight on this side, or possibly even trim just a little bit off of the end of this blade. But it is not bad the way it is. And that's how I generally do it. it's not gonna be extremely precise, but it tends to be good enough for the work that I do. There will be a description, a link down in the description to some other ways of managing how to balance your blades. Check that out. And one of the two biggest things that I preach is, one, make sure that your blades are all equal. You know, measure your tip to tip distance and make sure that that's good all the way around, and then measure it again and make sure it's good all the way around. Whenever you add your weight, after you add your weight, go back and measure again. Make sure that your tip to tip distance is always the same. A lot of times whenever you have a vibration issue, that tip to tip distance is not exactly where it needs to be, and that can take care of a lot of it. The other thing is, just like I said, check your work. After you make a change, double check, and then take it off your stand and then put it back. Check again. Turn everything 90 degrees. Check again. Make sure that you double and triple check your work, because whenever this is on the ground, it's kind of easy to make changes to, but once it's up in the air, life gets more complicated. So if you guys have any comments on it, please feel free to share them. If you have any questions, please ask. I'll do my best to answer them. And thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.